Welcome to Nine Academy, everyone. My name is Christian Komitis, and I'll be your host for this video talking about Instagram marketing. Now, Instagram is one of the most powerful social media platforms out there today. There are a lot of buyers and even more users on this platform that you can attract to buy your products. It's a brilliant platform. Now, everyone knows that Facebook bought this platform and invested in buying it because they could see the traction that Instagram was getting. Okay, so let's start. The popularity of Instagram. Now, of course, we need to know this because when we are putting a strategy together of where we want to keep our posts and targets, we want to make sure that it's on a platform that has a popularity of the following. As you can see with Instagram, it's over 1 billion users worldwide. That is huge. Users spend almost 1 hour per day on the platform, which again is a lot of time to be spending on a social media platform, just skipping through and looking at posts. It means people are paying attention to posts because there's nothing else you can do on Instagram but produce stories, the video stories, and also posts. So what else are people looking at? 35% access the platform multiple times a day, every single day. So in other words, 35% of users are constantly monitoring their Instagram, so they'll be constantly monitoring new posts throughout the day. So hopefully the more posts you put on Instagram, the more traction you will get on the platform. And the good news for businesses is that 72% of users have bought a product they saw on Instagram. Now, that is huge. It's more than the amount of people that access it per day. If 35% of people access it per day and 72% of the entire database of or the entire population of Instagram is buying from Instagram, then that is huge. Okay. Audience is suitable for financial products. 34% of users are millennials, 42% of users earn more than $75,000 annually every year. That is quite a good salary to be earning and be concentrated in one place, which is Instagram, one platform. 42%, almost half of the users on Instagram are making $75,000 per year. So that means you have a target audience here which do have the ability, they do have buying power, they do have spending power. So that is very important for people like us who are trying to get a following on Instagram. So Instagram for me is probably the second most important, platform for social media. Okay, 34% are millennials, which means we have a generally quite a young population of people on here at this time, which means that the popularity of Instagram is with a younger generation of people opposed to companies like Facebook. I think Facebook is a bit higher on the age ladder. So target underserved markets. So 80% of users are outside. 80% of users are outside the US, which is great, of course, because in some cases we don't always operate in the US, especially if you're in Asia and other places. Most popular countries are India, Brazil, Indonesia, Turkey, Russia, and Japan. Very, very similar numbers to Twitter. So Instagram is probably more of a place where you should be trying to get a large following to buy from you. As mentioned before, Twitter, I would use it more for news updates, responding in conversational type of posts, and also just literally things like signals and market updates and alerts. I think Twitter is much better on that side of things. Instagram, probably you want to promote more your products, yourself, and your company or your brand. Okay. Target people who are driven, career focused. 78% of users have completed a bachelor's degree or more. So that is also very important because we know we have a very educated population on Instagram, and we also know we have a a population of users that have spending power and are willing to buy based on 72% of users have bought from Instagram. So this is, of course, a great platform. Now, if you're not using Instagram, the question is, what are you waiting for? This is a brilliant platform and everyone should be on it because you can expand your client base very quickly across the world in multiple different countries and people have buying power.
Okay, so how Instagram helps your business. So Instagram's quite a unique platform in the sense that people generally don't have the same social capabilities as all the other um, social platforms, leaving it quite limited on a social level, but still it's a very, very popular platform which allows you to engage more so with businesses. So actually people tend to be looking for businesses that they like or products that they want more so on Instagram than other platforms. So why do businesses choose Instagram to market their products and services? It has the highest engagement rate of social platforms. That's all social platforms. 70% of users actively search for brands to connect with. So that's very important from a business perspective. So therefore, Instagram is probably the most important social media platform compared to any other platform if you're a business. Brands can create visual aesthetics for themselves, helps reach the target audience. So basically, brands can promote themselves very, very visually on Instagram. They have a lot of options of how to do that, and it does help to reach the target audience. So that's some pointers as to why Instagram is so important. Okay. Create a strong Instagram profile. Now this is obviously very, very important because now you know that Instagram is one of the most important social media platforms for businesses, people that want to sell products and services. Therefore, you have to compete with other people's profiles by having a strong profile. Now put your company logo, make sure that the logo is a very, very high resolution picture. Okay, so it's clear, because remember one thing, your logo is something that's going to appear quite small on first interaction. So unless I click on your profile, I won't know who you are. Don't put too many words in your profile picture, because again, you want to make it clear and basically engaging. You want people to be able to see your logo at first instance. So put your company logo obviously as your profile picture, but make sure it's a very, very high res, clear logo. Remember, it does appear quite small. Especially when people interact on their phones, the screens are much smaller. So make sure that your logo is very clear. Ensure it is attractive. Of course, we just spoke about that. So make sure that your logo is attractive, your page is attractive, you have a very, very strong social page, profile page. Account name, username, use the same of your business. So in other words, if you've got an account name, make sure the username is @ and then keep it the same. Obviously, of course, that if it's not 100% the same, you can add something to make it distinctively slightly different, so that you still get the same outcome, but you can put like official at the end of it. So official National Geographic page, for example. Do something like that, so that if the name's already in use by someone else, use the name of your business, keep it the same across all your social media profiles, because you want people to be able to find you on all your profiles. Okay. URL. Now, you should put a link to your website and some sort of tracking link so that you can see how many people are interacting with you from Instagram directly on your website. Instagram obviously is a very popularized platform, but you want to be able to measure the impact you're having online, especially in particular platforms, because if we know that Instagram is a very, very popular social media platform for businesses, products, and services, and you're not getting the response you want, obviously it will take time to build a following to get that response. But at the same time, you want to ensure that that you're using Instagram to its capabilities, so to its full potential. So you need to be able to track that. Short bio, keep it catchy, mention the amount of benefits you offer. So the bio should be clear into your respective audience. If you're selling shoes, make sure people know that you're selling the best quality shoes at a decent price or something like that. It doesn't matter what it is, just make sure the description, your bio, is catered to the audience that you're trying to attract. Okay. Optimize your profile. Mention your business email, ID, contact number, and address. It helps build credibility. Obviously, people seeing that you have an address and they know where they can find you if anything goes wrong, it keeps them comfortable and keeps your brand credible. Do not forget to switch off private account. Make sure that you are a public account. This allows your reach to be extended. In other words, you can reach much more people by being public than you can be in private. Obviously, if you're private, it would only hit certain people or the people that you've decided to be friends with, or they follow you back and you follow them. Otherwise, there's a massive audience, millions and millions of people that you're not getting your message to. So make sure that you do that. Okay, contact other social platforms. You can link your Instagram page with your Facebook page and your Twitter profile. So that's very handy. As you can see on the example on the right hand side of the screen, linked accounts is Facebook and Twitter. If you do that, when you post, you can also post the same message on all three profiles at once, which is quite handy. You don't want to do the same thing 3 times, especially if you make a mistake on one of your posts. I've done this before. You have to go back to every single post and edit that same mistake to make sure that it's corrected. So make sure that you link your profiles. Then people can find your Instagram account from your Facebook and Twitter account, and likewise the reverse. Okay, get discovered. Check this so that your account comes up as a suggestion when people search for similar accounts. So in other words, it's a similar account suggestions at the bottom. You can see the example. Click the little checkbox to include your account when recommending similar accounts people might want to follow. So why not? You should do that. It gives, again, exposes your page, your profile, so it's very important. This is how you would get the most optimization out of your Instagram profile, is to follow these simple steps to make your account more appealing and also make it more visible to the attracted client. Okay, make your post visual. Now, this is very important for Instagram because people then do tend to look at pictures quite more obviously than others. And obviously, if your picture is attractive, it's visual, it's the first thing that's going to catch our eye when we're looking at posts. So obviously, when you're going through your wall, your leaderboard, there's multiple different posts, and obviously the ones that catch your attention are the ones that have the best or most attractive picture. So make all your posts as visual and excitingly visual as possible. In other words, be creative with the pictures and make sure it's something that will catch someone's eye. Okay. Now, as an example on the left, as you can see, this is a picture that someone put online, and it's a Forex chart. Now, I find that picture very distinctive to Forex. So I know if I'm looking at Forex or I'm looking at any sort of financial markets, that chart would make perfect sense for me to click on if that's my interest. Now, in my personal opinion, these pictures are not as catchy, but they are to a particular crowd. So make sure you are posting these type of pictures, but at the same time, look at the other one. At 23 years old, it's going to be okay. Never give up. So it shows all the most successful people during their 23 years of age, or companies that were successful during that period. And if you look, it's much more catchy than the Forex chart. So, although you should have forex charts if you're trying to attract that kind of audience, because it's expected and they know automatically what that means. Subconsciously in their brain they know exactly what this is. You should also have posts that are more visual, as seen as the example on the right with the picture of Barack Obama there. Make sure you have something like that. 4 ways to win more. 4 ways to win more often trading forex. So this is quite a much more visual, and I like those graphics much more than the pick above. But again, I would post both styles because it attracts that same target audience. Okay, a detailed forex chart is a very good example of a picture, as it says here. MT4 versus and MT5 screenshots with explanations are very useful. Useful statistics related to markets and overall economy. This is obviously again something that people are looking for when they're looking for more of a more of a signaling type of message, or they're looking for more kind of analysis type information, then yes, this makes perfect sense. To attract new clients, try and be engaging and try use different types of graphics as well to get people kind of looking at your profile, and then as they explore, they should be able to see the forex charts and everything else as well, which also will be appealing to them. Infographics, trading or news related, video tutorials on trading strategies. That is a brilliant example. Most people want to know the strategy. They kind of get lost with the analysis, and I feel that although the analysis is probably one of the most important things, especially when you're trading strategies, maybe it's good to do a video to give people some examples of what kind of strategies you have, because again, this is what most clients look for. But at the same time, they need to understand why analysis and fundamental technical analysis is important. So you can make a video on that, and also tie in your strategy so that people understand the necessity of doing both for risk management purposes, and that's very important for them to understand for that reason, because you want them to be you want them to be kind of risk averse. You want them to understand the risks and how that works and how to mitigate those risks best possible. So video tutorials on trading strategies are very important, and share from the FX Primus account. Obviously you can tag in FX Primus if that's the broker you use into that post, which will be beneficial for both of you, because FX Primus clients will know that you're affiliated with them to a certain degree, which creates credibility for you, and also FX Primus can see your activity and then maybe do some mentions in the future as well. But at the same time, it allows FX Primus clientele to know that who you are, to start following you and spend more time looking at your page. So it's very important. Okay, tips or steps to achieve something. That's a very good way of posting. Tips or steps to achieve something. You can do 10 steps to achieve greatness, tips on how to trade this forex strategy, whatever it's going to be. Promotional posts, benefits or giveaways. Of course, everyone wants something for nothing. Everyone likes free giveaways. So doing some sort of post that has some sort of campaign around it for a promotion or a bonus, obviously is something that gets you quick traffic. But then after that point, remember that you have to constantly be posting to maintain that client for a more long-term approach. You want to retain that client. It's a retention tool to do that. Okay, events and participation photos. This is very important because it shows you have presence in those markets, and people will start querying and saying, can I also attend these type of events with you? I mean, so it's very important to attract more clients to come and see you live if you're doing an event, because it's an interactive event and people want to be part of that interaction and get to meet you. And also motivational images. This is very, very important. It keeps your clients feeling energized and motivated throughout the lifespan that they're with you. So keeping your clients motivated, keeping them engaged, letting them see that you are present in the market, and they can also attend to meet you personally face to face or in an open hall, like an event, like a seminar, and also offering them tips, suggestions, and steps onto how to perform certain tasks is very important. People are very engaged when they see, a list of top 10 best video software. I mean, people always look for the top 10 or the top 20 or, the top 30 or top 100. I personally like the top 10s because it keeps it short, and I know I won't be having to read those those articles for so long. It's very intensive when you're trying to compare 100 brands compared to like 10, or 100 products compared to 10, or whatever you might be looking at. Okay, tell your story with Instagram stories. Now, Instagram stories, I think stories actually started out on Instagram and they were popularized on Instagram before any other social media platform. And in the end, everyone started doing it. I mean, Facebook introduced it. I think LinkedIn are introducing something similar soon. But I mean, the stories are just a short glimpse, kind of rotation of images showing what you've done. It allows you to put some edits on those images as well. So they're easy they're easy and quick to create, I would say. They're more engaging for fans, which is very true. I don't do as many stories as I should, but when I do, I seem to get a lot of engagement. So now I've kind of made the decision to do much more story posts as well as just a regular post. They appear immediately at the top of your followers' feed. So again, it's even appears on your profile pic. When someone clicks your pic, the story comes up and gives them a short explanation of who you are or what you've done or what you've achieved in a short period of time. I think that's important because it's quick to access as well, even from messages in Facebook. If you've got someone's message, you got a personal message from that person, and you click on their picture, their profile picture, their story comes up, and it's a very good way of seeing what that person has been up to and seeing how active they are in a particular market. All right, so this is how to create a story. Of course, it's quite simple, and you could probably do it on your phone. But if you look at the diagram on the left, there's some examples, or it basically shows you the examples mentioned on the right as to where they are on your phone, which I mentioned. So it says click on the camera icon on the top left-hand corner, as you can see clearly in the image on the left. Swipe up to browse your gallery and select photos or videos of you, basically, that you want to add to your story, because the story can be as many many images as you want, and what happens is the first image would be displayed, and then it will click over to the next image, and it will happen automatically, and people can kind of see like a storyboard, just playing for them, like a short presentation almost. Okay. Select between live, boomerang, and other options. So basically, you get what it is. Live is a live feed, and boomerang is basically something you send out. Tap the white circle at the bottom to take a picture, or press and hold the white button for video. So if you hold the white button, then it will start recording you, and if you just tap it, it will basically take a picture of you. Once you've edited your photo or video, tap your story or next to share it. So once you've completed your video or picture and you've selected it and you've pressed next, basically it should go live, it should publish, or I think there's a button that says publish, and you just click publish, and that's the end of that. Okay, do not forget to include CTA buttons. Use hashtags when you share things. Obviously, you want people to engage with your posts, so make sure that you are constantly using hashtags, and they're a very good tool, especially when people are searching. Okay, so the do's and don'ts of Instagram stories. Know your audience and create posts for them, specifically because you want to be able to target those who are interested in your product or are interested in the industry that you're in. Use videos. Videos are very important and engaging. Speak as if you're a friend to them. So as if you're talking to a friend. Why? Because you want to show your character. Showing your character and authenticity is very important, which takes me to the next point, which is be authentic. Keep it bite-sized. Now, Instagram is a platform that is very, what's the word? It's like people that use Instagram generally look at or post very short videos, short posts. There's not a lot of characters that you have room for to post anyway, even on your profile. So keep it short and sweet, even with your videos. Instagram has always traditionally been that way. I don't know if people remember the Vine videos, but that was very popularized at one point, and it was all because of Instagram, and they were literally 10-second videos, 5-second videos, and that's traditionally how Instagram has always been. So keep it bite-sized, and make a few practice videos and ask your friends for advice. At the end of the day, everyone uses social media, so you should be able to get feedback, quite honest feedback on that. The don'ts is don't make it too long, don't leave the best for last, don't be overly professional. Again, show your character. Don't be negative, so do be professional in that sense, and make don't make non-compliant promises of wealth. A lot of people do tend to do this quite often. It's boring now, guys. I mean, it's not real. Nobody believes it. You can't make people millions of dollars in a month or share 10 successful secrets on how to be the best, the most successful, wealthy person in the universe, or be financially free. All that stuff is quite boring now. It's background noise. It doesn't work anymore, and it doesn't add to your credibility. And if you don't achieve it, you can't stop people from posting about you. You can't delete their posts. Once that goes out there, your reputation is gone, and you won't be making any money. So do this for the long term. Just a few tips is use the right hashtags. When you share, create a continuous stream of stories around a specific topic. So obviously, create some stories, and the stream should be continuous to one specific topic. So that would be very engaging. And ask questions at the end of the story, like, what do you think? Did I miss anything? What is your favorite X, Y, and Z? Okay. Okay. Now, why Instagram ads? Now, Instagram ads are attract targeted followers, extend your reach for organic posts. So in other words, if you do have the ads out there, you're probably going to generate more organic followers, because you're targeting your post to specific audience that are interested in your product. They'll probably start following you, but make sure you always have your website somewhere linked and tracked on there, so you can see the type of traffic that's coming to your website from Instagram. And as you see here, it does say it boosts your lead generation, which is a registration that you should be able to get from your website. And at the same time, it does improve the website traffic quality. Now, the reason for that is because the people coming to your website from these posts are specifically targeted to your industry. So they're probably going to spend more time on your website. They're probably going to click through and even register on your website for a free ebook or free information, which again is good when Google is trying to rank you and place you somewhere on the ranking ladder. More interaction and more time spent on your website does show that you have valuable content on there for specific audience. Therefore, Google will naturally rank you, because if you're not, and people are just clicking on your website and clicking away, you probably won't be ranked as high. And they're cost effective. They're so cheap. You can spend $10, $20, $50, but I would say use specific posts that can generate interest and leads that you add to your cost, rather than just general posts, because obviously you want to get an ROI, a return of investment from your spend. Okay. Types of ads on Instagram. So you got photo ads showcasing showcasing products and features in high quality images. So make sure your resolution is high, guys. It does show that you are professional when it comes to keeping your posts directed to your audience. They want to feel that you're giving them the best, and it's good. for your reputation. Video ads, product explainer videos, or team videos captured on your cell phone. Now, I like the ones when it shows people at like 2 a.m. saying with their whole team, and they just got like a selfie kind of camera or their phone. And they're videoing themselves and they say, guys, we just finished the product launch of whatever the product is or whatever the campaign is that they're trying to do. And everyone's in the kind of room. And you can see they've all been working really hard all night to get this product out there for you guys. And they've all got a smile on their face and they're all very, very happy and excited about what they've achieved. And it makes you feel part of that and you're part of that brand. And, I want to feel that I'm working with a brand that's dedicated to the satisfaction of their clients and trying to get products out to their clients. It's good for reputation as well. Carousel ads, a series of images and videos that users can swipe through, which are quite powerful on Instagram, as well as the Instagram stories, which I feel that is very powerful on Instagram. Limited offers and promotions should be used on Instagram stories. Why? Because people do tend to look at the stories or engage with the stories a bit more so you want to make sure that your promotion bonuses and giveaways are there so people have something to be attracted to and want to interact with straight away. Okay, Canvas ads, Facebook Canvas used to create videos that are mobile optimized. Why? There's nothing worse with getting a ad on your phone and for some reason half the text is missing at the end of the sentence because it's not aligned perfectly on your screen. And then normally when that happens, also the interaction isn't good. You could press a button and it doesn't work, or you're trying to figure it out, and in the end you just lose interest. Like, it's not my job to figure this out. If these guys can't spend the time to give me a decent ad that makes sense and actually works on my phone, then I don't really want to waste time with it. So make sure you use something that is mobile optimized. Okay, how to create Instagram ads, very, very simple. You can see the examples of images on the left at the bottom and on the right hand side of the screen. So step 1, connect Instagram to your Facebook page. You can link it and it shows you on the left how to do that. Add an existing account and then you just add it to your Facebook and you link it to your Facebook. 2, decide the objective of your ad campaign before you post. I think that's very important. Make sure you have a little idea of what you're trying to achieve from this ad and how to achieve it, and that would also determine how your imagery or your design work will be when you're trying to do that. Okay. Step 3, give a name to your ad campaign. So, give it a short description and maybe even hashtag that name. So the power of global markets or trading strategies or something, just give it a name or call it the I don't know, the profit booster campaign, or whatever it's going to be. Just give it a name that's catchy, I guess. Step 4, go to the placement section and decide where you want your ad to be. Of course, this is important. You want to know where it's going to be and you want to plan that. I mean, it does give you that option. So where do you want your ad to be? Step 4 allows you to put that into place. Step 5, select your budget and schedule. In other words, the schedule of your posting and the budgets you want to spend, maximum budget. It could be $10, it could be $50, it could be $1,000, completely up to you, but it would never be more than what you say. So that's a good thing. You do get to control that. Step 7, upload your image or video file. So you see example at the bottom shows you how to upload your image or video file. And choose an ad format. I forgot step 6. Choose the ad format that you want to use. And this has to be edited. Okay, step 6. Let's start from step 5 again. Step 5, select your budget and schedule. Of course, when you select your budget and schedule, the budget will never be more than whatever you say. So if you want to choose $10, it will be $10 maximum. You want to put $1,000, it'll be $1,000 maximum. But to be fair, it's quite cheap to start. I mean, I go for $30 and that's pretty good to begin with if I'm doing personal posts. $30 is completely fine. At the moment, I'm not doing any paid because I want to build mine organically. It would take a very, very long time to do that and a lot of work. but I just want to see the kind of responses I get with purely organic. So that's why I'm doing that. It's more like a test. Eventually, I probably will go for paid campaigns, but it's very important to at least explore it, especially if you're trying to make an ROI quickly. I'm not personally trying to make an ROI on my one. I'm just trying to test it out in terms of organic traffic. But if you're going to spend money, you also want to make ROI, and if you want to build a business, you want to do it as quickly as possible. So, ads are perfect for that. Choose your ad format, and then upload your image or video file, which is displayed an example at the bottom of the screen of how to do that. Okay, optimizing your ads, the do's of optimizing and the don'ts of optimizing your Instagram ads. Create eye-catching visuals. I think we've said that throughout the whole series today. Use relevant hashtags, which again we've been talking all the way through. It's very important you remember this. Link to your website. Obviously, your website has to get exposure, otherwise people are not going to know where you are online to register and everything else. Okay, use bold CTAs. Write engaging copy of it company accompanying posts. Okay, we have to edit that. Write engaging copy of accompanying post. 2,200 characters is the only characters you have available when you're writing posts, so make sure you use that wisely, and just be short and sweet, straight to the point. People want to know exactly what they're getting immediately, so just make it straight to the point, but write it in a fun way, like a friendly, fun way to keep people engaged. Change ads to keep the content fresh. In other words, you can have a different type of ads running at different times so that it does keep the content fresh. Sometimes I find that I might be in the middle of something, I'll see an ad and I don't really want to pay attention to it now, even though it's related to something I'm interested in, and it might take me 5 times for me to actually click on the ad. Sometimes I don't click on it at all, but I might see the same ad in a different way, and it actually feels more engaging to me personally, so then that might actually make me click on the ad much quicker. So it's important to do that. Even if people are interested or are a target audience for your industry, you want to make sure that you're giving them different type of content and ads to engage with them, because everyone has a different personal approach to what they want to see and how they engage with ads, and there's different things that are attractive for different people. So I think that's important. So some examples on the left, for example. As you can see, the images are very creative to make you think, I wonder what that is, but it kind of gives you an idea of what it might be. The don'ts, overload your ad with excessive writing. People don't want that on Instagram, especially Instagram and Twitter, I would say. Not a lot of writing, just keep it short and sweet. Don't forget to brand your hashtags. So, put your hashtags out there and your brand hashtags out there, and just keep posting them on every post until people start following your hashtags, and maybe even contributing to your hashtags and even hashtagging themselves. Don't begin with running ads. First, make sure your Instagram has enough interesting content on it, because if people are looking at your history and there's no track record or historical content there that's appealing to them, they might just see this as a waste of time, or there's not enough information. They don't get an expectation of what they can get by following you in the future as well. So make sure you've got a bunch of posts, historical posts on there that are interesting and people engage with, and that will be good to do that before you start paying for ads. And don't be afraid of experimenting. Obviously, try different things all the time. It doesn't matter if it works or not. Just keep trying different things. You will be able to tell which ad or which campaign or which picture or which post gets you the most interest. Okay. Now, build your Instagram community. Instagram is not just about posting pictures, it's all about building relationships, and this is something what I say all throughout this series for Instagram. and I think this is relevant on all social media. Social media was created for connecting with your friends. So people still have that expectation of having friendly, engaging kind of interactions on social platforms. And I think that's what every social platform is about, even from a business perspective, because it's a social site. It's not just your website. We can be more professional. Use the search and explore features to find new users among your target audience. Follow and engage with Forex mentors and financial experts in the industry. You want to follow them to see the kind of audience and posts that they're doing. It gives you ideas as well, guys. Come on. Add trending hashtags in your post. Keep in touch with the industry relevant events and post about them. So basically your relevant events are things that happen within the industry, financial news, or even seminars and stuff that you're doing, but financial news and financial events that are happening within the industry are important to talk about, because they're relative and related to what you do on a daily basis, and people want to feel that you are giving them, providing them that information, and your perspective of that information is important from a personal point of view. Like and comment on posts related to the financial sector. Why? Because when you like posts from other people, or you even comment on other people's posts, their audience will start interacting with you, and if you've got a good approach on or perspective on the post that you're replying to, people might start agreeing you and even start following you. Be surprised as to how many people will start following you by you being on those type of or posting or replying on other people's posts. Share images and videos that add value. Very, very important. Always add value in your post, whether it's the image or the content you're putting there, but keep it short and sweet. The image can paint 1,000 pictures, so make sure that you're quite creative with your images as well. Promote your Instagram via other channels. In fact, add it to your signature on your email, or put it on your website so people can click and follow you. So add all your social media, even Twitter and Facebook. You can promote other social media pages as well. Okay, creating viral content. Now, this is, I guess this depends. So people know what's viral at the time, because everyone's kind of talking about it. So you can create a post that is related to something viral, but within your industry. I remember there was a girl, a lady online, and she basically, I think for Donald Trump's impeachment, she baked a cake and said "Happy Impeachment Day," and it got a lot of views, and it was quite funny and amusing. So it was quite comic, although she's a baker. I mean, what she does is she sells cakes. So it got a lot of attention to her website. More people know her brand because of it. So now when she's posting in future, people will remember that brand and say, "Oh, this is the person that done that cake for Donald Trump." So do something related to something that's viral at a particular point in time, or a particular trend that's kind of catching attention online. Try and create a bridge between your industry and the viral post that's going kind of crazy on the internet. Try and find a creative way to bridge the two, so people are basically still in the viral atmosphere, where there's a lot of engagement and a lot of views and likes to be taken out of it, but at the same time it's related to your industry and it will expose you anyway. Okay, so keep an eye on the news and Google Trends. Consider how you can incorporate today's newsworthy trends into your posts. I think I've just mentioned that. Share what's relevant and of interest related to financial and trading. Of course, you want to be sharing things that are related to the industry you're in. If you're an IB talking about Forex, and of course you want to be sharing financial news and trading information. Beyond this, what will your audience be interested in? This is something for you to think about, and the best way to do that is by looking at the feedback you're getting, even at your events. If you're doing live events, then what is the feedback from those events? Try and get feedback and ask people, what would you like to see more from me? And then you're keeping your audience happy and more engaged. I mean, you're getting exactly what you want. So why not ask? People will tell you if you ask. I find people just keep doing what they do, and they forget to get the feedback if it was good enough for the audience or not. Okay. Create posts that add value, infographics to explain complex concepts. So in other words, use infographics to explain complex concepts rather than trying to explain them on text format to yourself. I've said this already once, but a picture paints 1,000 words, and we can pretty much tell. We're very, very visual as as people, as human beings. So we can pretty much tell what the image means if it's there, and it can be more powerful than words sometimes. But infographics also might require some text in there as well. And then you can put a short description of it, of what you're trying to explain underneath, but again, keep it to the point. Okay, some tips: use use images of high quality, attractiveness, and use filters and effects to maybe create a better impact, if or a mood for a particular type of situation. Okay, creating viral Instagram posts that dare to be bold, use humor in your posts. And again, I've said this again and again. Use your character. Everyone understands what humor is. Imagine you're talking to your friend. Your friend is right in front of you. You can have a laugh with them. You can have a joke and a laugh with them. So treat your social media the same on occasions. You want to be able to make people feel that you are human, you have a character, and you're able to laugh and joke with them because you're creating a relationship. Okay. Invite fans to tag themselves or friends. So I actually do this quite a lot. I actually tag them most of the time, but I mean it's quite expected from the audience and the people that I'm with most of the time. If I'm in a post and there's a picture of me and 5 other people, I'd probably tag those people. But I also invite people to tag themselves, and people do. They want to, people sometimes message me directly, say, "Can you tag me into that post? I'm also there." And I'm like, sure. And it does show interaction. It's good memories as well. It gets you to kind of remember you were these 5 people. And at the same time, it does also display it does attract their personal networks as well to your post, to interact with your post, and it gets more engagement. So that's also good as a result of doing that. But for me, it also gives me a reminder of the people I was with and their Facebook pages whenever I'm trying to find them quickly, because sometimes people don't have they don't use their real names. They use weird kind of nicknames and stuff, which for me is hard to remember every nickname and real name, because it just depends on what part of the world I'm in. Share real life photos. I think this one's quite important. If you do like a photo of, let's say you and your team, like I said before, working 3 o'clock in the morning and taking a picture or video. I mean, they're real life photos. They're taken with your phone. They're not professional, and they're not graphics. They're not something that someone had to design. So that's important as well. Support a cause or charity. So in the Philippines, I think I mentioned this, but in the Philippines, we did have a situation whereby there was a massive earthquake, a devastating earthquake in the south of the Philippines, in Davao region, and we sent a volunteer group plus staff to go, and they wanted to go, and they risked themselves during a period that was still a lot of aftershocks, and we didn't know if there was going to be any more earthquakes. We tried to wait for a while to make sure everyone was safe, but everyone wanted to participate in going to help the locals there that were affected by the earthquake. And then we posted that online, and we got a lot of interaction. And we didn't really post it for the interaction. I personally posted it to pay homage to the people that risked their safety to go and help others. And I wanted to show respect, and I wanted to kind of honor those people that did that, because it showed a lot of heart. And we got some of the best results on those type of posts, because I was getting even people querying about the company, what we do, and saying that we put our hearts back into this industry and things like that. So it was very, very good, and I was quite proud of that as well. Okay. I mean, this kind of ties into the next one, which is the popularity of your post can skyrocket if shared by influencers. How to get noticed. So basically, if you are, if you do something like that, you can ask for someone that's an influencer to maybe share your post and create awareness around that. But I would suggest that you do that after you've created some relationship with them. You don't want to do that immediately because they probably won't do it. Get to know them, follow them, interact with their posts, share information with them, let them share information with you. And when you build a little bit of a relationship, don't be afraid to ask for some help. Okay, so network intelligently, avoid celebs, and identify people who have large followings. I would suggest those are just general people that have large followings, so network with those. Obviously, celebrities are harder to reach. They don't always even do their own posts most of the time, so it's a waste of time. But some celebrities do, but especially the global ones, they probably don't. So also influencers. I mean, this is a perfect example. Influencers are guaranteed to do most of their posts themselves. So I mean, that's how they became influencers, and they've ended up with a large following, or just people that have some sort of influence in that particular market or area of business that you're in. Yeah. So spend time to nurture a relationship before asking for help, which is something I just mentioned. I agree with that completely. Select the post carefully. You can't ask for help every single time. So you can't ask for help on every post. So ensure the one that you choose is something that is unique and creative and trending, and maybe even something that helps promote your brand a bit as well. Maybe a bonus or campaign. They won't always do that, but maybe ask for a review of a campaign, a live review, or for them to review your company. I mean, that would probably be quite good. Okay, so I mean, that's it. Those are the tips and tricks we have for Instagram. I would suggest that you take that back with you. Now, of course, we are giving you the content. It's up to you if you actually perform. So I suggest that you watch this video more than once and maybe try practicing step by step everything that we've said. I've given you a lot of tips and ideas of things that I do in this course, in this video. So it's important to start using that. Remember one thing, guys, consistency is the most important thing. Don't expect massive results to begin with, but when you get to a certain stage, 2-3 months down the road, maybe 4 months, you will start realizing that there will be heavy amounts of traffic starting to follow you, and whether they interact or not, remember that all those people can see your posts, and so can, if you keep your posts public, so can others. So keep posting, because you'll be surprised as to how many people that are actually following you and getting to know your brand. And if you're consistent, some people will take longer to react with you than others. So like I said, myself, sometimes it takes a lot of ads and campaigns and bonuses for me to actually consider a product, just because whenever I'm online, I'm in the middle of doing probably 10 other things, but eventually I do get to them, especially if they're consistent. It keeps me reminded of them. So definitely keep your consistency there. Choose specific days that you want to use social media. 3 times a week is fine. Maybe 4 times a week, and just be consistent and keep at it, because it is worth it in the end. It's a free place where there's millions and millions of people that you can access online for free. So it'll be completely crazy if you're not taking advantage of that. Okay, guys, thank you for today. Another great video from Nine Academy. My name is Chris Trikomitis, and I'll see you on the next video.